Well, to be quite honest with you, my gorgeous Libra, my advice will be that to not to fall for this temptation which you are going to have right at the beginning of this week. My advice is to rather save the money. Okay, so my gorgeous Libra, you know that there is somebody who's gonna maybe try to pressurize you to buy something or to do something which you don't want to do or you don't want to buy, but because you're going to find yourself being around or looking at a person who is like a pretty much so very powerful when it comes to their energy, you know, but this particular person is not a really good person, you know, and there are maybe that particular person is just gonna be thinking about themselves a lot. So I don't want to make this too complicated, my gorgeous Libra, but if you do find yourself at the beginning of this week trying to maybe spend a lot of money on something, my advice would be to try to save your money, because maybe later on you are not gonna be that happy because of that, and maybe later on you are going to regret. Okay, I know it sounds really dark, but my gorgeous Libra, this is very important, and I know it's to do on one hand with some person who's gonna be extremely pushy but very strong when it comes to their energy, so their energy is going to take over for just a little while. This is what the people like this can do. But I really need you to kind of snap out of it, you know, because if you do kind of do this, you know, you are just gonna kind of waste your money, for example. So my advice is to save your money, and there is also gonna be some kind of temptation connected to it, something which is most certainly gonna be like kind of too good to be true, you know, but sometimes we're even aware of these things and we still do the wrong thing. Do you know what I mean? So to be safe with all this, my gorgeous Libra, you know, basically just try to save your money and try to avoid this like temptation at all costs. Okay, and also my gorgeous Libra, you know what else I was going to say to you? This is like a really pretty much so you are just going to first of all have a really kind of a good news about some kind of a progress in your life at the beginning of this week. This progress, it's to do with something that, you know, of course, like as usual, it means a lot to you, and it's to do with something that was really stressing you out lately quite a lot. Maybe it's to do with an aspect of your life that was draining so much of your energy, and you've put so much of your precious energy towards it, and at some point it was amazing, at some point it was brilliant, but then boom boom boom, at some point it all kind of stopped. So you know what I mean, the progress that you're gonna become aware of at the beginning of this week, it's not gonna be like a one big massive mama. No, she will be able to walk through the door, don't worry. Do you know what I mean? No, the progress that you are going to have, it's not gonna be enormous, it's not gonna be huge, but it is gonna be enormous, and it is gonna be ridiculously huge and ridiculously important to you, my gorgeous Libra, because it's to do with something really, really personal. At that point, you will be able to prove some delicious, sweet point to somebody else, but you're also going to be able to prove a certain point to yourself. So this progress that you are going to become aware of, this is to do with something that really means to you so much, my gorgeous Libra, but now at the end, now you just are going to need to kind of start reorganizing things in your life. You are going to start reorganizing things in your life. And again, you know, you need to remember that reflection on the past is going to bring you an important insight when it comes to you reorganizing your life. When it comes to you reorganizing your life, okay, you're going to be like, oh my God, you see what I mean? You just have to go with this particular flow, but do not be surprised when you're suddenly again thinking about so many aspects like from a very, very long time ago. This is because, you know, an insight, you know, reflection on the past, it's actually going to bring you an important insight, especially when it comes to you reorganizing your life, because this in itself is gonna be so much more successful once this actually happens. And also, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to the beginning of this week, you are really gonna feel like, oh my God, like basically you're gonna feel this, like you haven't done enough. Okay, so you're gonna feel like suddenly your intuition is really going to take over. You're gonna be very creative. You're gonna feel super creative, and I like this so much. So maybe I should have started like that. You're gonna feel ridiculously creative when it comes to an aspect of your life, something that again you've been kind of working on, but now you're gonna realize that your intuition is gonna be guiding you, that you need to kind of do more. You need to put more of your precious energy towards something. This is so important, and this is gonna intuitively come to you, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. Okay, so now, and this is, so first of all, you're gonna be creative, and you are gonna be like kind of working on something that you've been working on for a while. But on one hand, you think that something is like kind of finalized, but then again, into your intuition, it's gonna be like kind of guiding you in such a way that the outcome of what you are focusing on is not as good, it's not as big, because you're gonna feel like you need to put more in, and you are gonna have a very, very interesting and a very important realization. And the more you put in at this stage of your life, the more you actually gonna gain out of it. You have to look outside of the picture. You have to read in between the lines. There are certain things that you haven't done. There are certain things that you haven't tried. So now it's time to start considering this and incorporate with absolutely everything else. You do need to really work out what this is, because it is ever so important, and it is a crucial part of your spiritual journey when it comes to progress in your life in general, but also when it comes to you doing the right thing. It's about you contributing more and more. But then again, you will know what I'm talking about here. It's about you contributing more towards some kind of a project or something like that. But now you need to come out of the certain box. You need to kind of like really think how you can try different things, and how you can challenge yourself at the same time. You will see that something is missing, and it's all going to become like, oh my God, realization, which exactly challenge you are gonna bring into your life at this moment in time. You're not only doing the right thing, but also this is to do with the long-term success. And already in 1 month's time, my gorgeous Libra, in 1 month's time already, you are gonna have a like really mind-blowing experience. And this mind-blowing experience, which you are going to have in 1 month's time exactly, there is something that you're gonna be dealing with, which is gonna be absolutely crucial. And this, my gorgeous Libra, it's going to prepare you for just that, because there is some kind of a quick, sharp, and rather fast answer that you're gonna need to give, and otherwise you would be just like kind of slow down so much. So this is gonna be so important for you. It's like the beginning of a very much so guiding light here, which is gonna lead you towards the sacred destination you're going to find yourself at. Now, if you think about where you're gonna find yourself at, you wouldn't even be able to imagine. You wouldn't be able to guess. And this is why this life sometimes can be so beautiful indeed. Okay, absolutely perfect in so many different ways, my gorgeous Libra. This is so important. Just remember, that now also you will basically this is also not related to this, my gorgeous Libra, but there is also be some kind of a new idea which you are going to have right at the beginning of this week. This new idea that you are gonna have, it's gonna happen because there is gonna be some kind of disagreement with somebody, and you're not going to like this. And when that disagreement happens with somebody, you will see and fully become aware of the fact that your spiritual journey slowly but but surely coming to an end in between you and somebody else. Please don't get me wrong, this is not going to be a scary thing whatsoever. It is going to bring like an amazing sense of relief, and you will pretty much so going to be aware of this. And you're also going to realize that that particular person, one specific person, was draining your energy, had a really bad and negative impact on you, my gorgeous Libra. It was affecting you, and it was even affecting your creativity. It was affecting your mental state of mind. It was affecting your spirituality. It's like, oh my God, this is why this is going to be so important, because you will be able to put down who exactly was causing this lack of direction in your life. And when you realize this, it's all going to come to you in form of like so much clarity that you are going to be like kind of having at that moment in time. But it's more about you realizing what exactly did you have a lack of direction, you know. So this was pretty much so messing up with your spiritual path here quite a lot. So this is why you are going to have this idea. So just remember, it's going to be like a pretty much so a disagreement with somebody, and then you're going to realize that that particular person has been really bad for you and has caused so much of a negative energy. And that particular person was also primarily responsible for you having a lack of direction in life without even realizing. And it happens when people are very negative, when they have a poisonous energy, and when they're so negative, and we get used to this negativity, and at some point, my God, we really need to snap out of it, because the life is going, you know, and we are not realizing who is causing this nonsense. So this is why this is so important. So as soon as you kind of like have this disagreement, you know, you are going to be like kind of start thinking about all sorts of things, and something is going to be magically released here in the best possible way. And this is this very interesting new idea that you are going to have already, what you want to do and which direction do you want to take already, like so soon, so quick after that. You're already going to have a new idea within the next day or two, like literally. And now this idea that you will have the difference, you will recognize the difference within yourself, because normally you would be like, oh no, like I've got too much to do, I've got too much to do now, I've got too much going on, when am I going to do that, how am I going to do that, why am I going to do that, oh I can't do that, oh I've got too much going on, it's just too much going on. That's exactly how you would normally feel. I've got so many priorities, multiple priorities, blah blah blah. But now you will realize, oh, something is changing. And now I'm so keen to kind of go for this idea that I'm going to have. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I understand and sense things so vividly. And I'm so keen and eager. And you will be able to recognize the difference within yourself. And this is why, because already you were able to establish one particular person who was causing huge negativity. And this doesn't have to be your main person in life. It doesn't have to be your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, or whatever. But it also could be like some kind of a colleague, or maybe or, you know, or somebody who you are working with, somebody who you see on daily or weekly basis, for example. However this is going to happen, it's going to be brilliant. It's fantastic for your soul, fantastic for your spirit, my gorgeous Libra, indeed, because this idea that you're going to have, my God, you're going to feel so passionate about, you're going to feel so good about. It's like a passionate project, you know, after so much of frustration that you've actually had. This is absolutely brilliant, and this in itself is like only like about a couple of days later, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, only like about a couple of days later, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, you are going to have a really beautiful, gorgeous experience. You know, you're really going to enjoy yourself, and you will realize, oh my God, what is missing in your life. I'm not being funny, you know. I'm not being funny, but already in the midweek, you're going to have such a beautiful experience, very beautiful experience. As I said, you will realize what exactly is missing in your life, and you will want more and more and more. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you, my gorgeous Libra. I said this so many times. We're not here forever, you know. We're born, we die, we reincarnate. And it's just on and on and on like that, it just keeps going, so we're only here for like 5 minutes literally, so of course you need to make the most out of life. You do what you want to do what makes you feel good, do what makes you feel happy. So this positive, beautiful experience, you're really going to realize what is missing in your life full on, and you will want more of it. And I do not blame you whatsoever. Your eyes are going to be open at that moment in time, and after that nothing is going to close them ever again. And also that beautiful experience that you're actually going to have, it's going to be primarily responsible for you releasing some kind of a worry, some kind of a terrible worry, and this terrible worry, it's like also going to like pretty much so help you to understand what do you need to let go of, and that moment in time something amazing is going to happen, and it's bringing the whole new perspective into your life, where you start seeing things different than before. So it's like a deep insight which you are going to have, but then again it's the beginning of change. You will know what you need to release, you will know what you need to sacrifice. Again, this is going to be a good one that you are not going to be able to do like as soon as you become aware of it, and this is all what this energy is going to do. Absolutely brilliant. And also, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to the midweek, a very important opportunity you are going to have, and this opportunity that you are going to have, this is to do with your finances, okay? But it's also like this opportunity that you are going to have, it's important, it's to do with the finances, very important, but also at the same time, it's to do with like you kind of like also what it's gonna be, what is actually going to happen here. It's not only about this financial opportunity, but why is this gonna be so good for you, this financial opportunity? Because it's to do with you having some kind of opportunity again. Sorry, I should have said that before. So this is not just a financial opportunity, no baby, no, but it's about an opportunity that you kind of had before but you didn't go for, or it's to do with like some kind of missed opportunity, or it's even maybe to do with some kind of unfinished business. But very strongly, this is to do with some kind of missed opportunity that you've had before, that you're gonna be reminded of, and you've been so frustrated because of that. Oh my God, maybe you didn't even realize that you missed this opportunity until you become aware of this opportunity now, financial opportunity, and then you're going to be like, oh my God, I had this opportunity before, but now I'm definitely going for it because I don't want to regret how I've regretted before. So this is why this is going to put a bit of a weight on this even further. And it couldn't have happened at a better time. Again, it is going to put a big smile on your face because you will know, my gorgeous Libra, that you are flowing towards your own victory. Oh my God, this feeling is going to be completely undeniable. You will most certainly know what to do. I do not need to tell you this whatsoever. This in itself, it's like, as I said, it's to do with like some kind of missed opportunity that you've regretted, and it's also you were so disappointed because of that, and it brought so much pessimism, and the more pessimism that brought, the more excited and elevated you are going to feel right now. You need to understand that the healing process, it's even going to actually take place. You are going to become very emotionally stable. It's this particular balance that I'm talking about. But this stability, it's ever so important when it comes to you understanding the way things are going to start unfolding after this moment in time. This stability is important because it's going to be primarily responsible for you being patient at a time when you will be like, oh my God, no baby, no, it's going to take like 2 centuries until I get there. No. So this is why this is going to help you to find meaning, and by you finding a meaning, it's like pretty much so it's this stage of your life, it's going to require from you to be the leader, but you will realize what a natural leader you actually are. But you're also, by you finding meaning here, you're also going to be able to, you're going to realize that you overcame a very, very difficult issue, a very difficult problem, and that in itself, it's going to pretty much so, it's going to reflect on your vision, how you want your vision, how you want your life to be, like a really powerful confirmation, but also you will be able to see the bigger picture here. What do you need to do for like a maximum alignment, you know? But all you need to do is just do things that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel content, for example. Because I really need you to understand that this in itself is gonna lead towards you realizing that one of your dreams is most certainly going to come through with this, and it is not gonna happen until the end of October 2024, but it is gonna happen by the end of October 2024. Sorry, I think that October is going to be a very, very powerful months for you, and I mean that in a good way. Okay, I mean that in a good way indeed. Okay, and also my gorgeous Libra, by the time you get to the last part of this week, you know that somebody really beautiful person, a male person, somebody who's very compassionate, somebody who's very emotionally balanced, somebody who's rather diplomatic, somebody who likes to have things in control, somebody who has like a pretty much so, somebody who's very supportive and tolerant. And on top of that, I think that this person is also very empathic as well. It's like, oh my God. And I think that that person at around the end of the week, you know, it's gonna have a really beautiful impact and influence on you, because you it's really gonna have a beautiful impact on you, because you are gonna start thinking about higher standards in life, and you're gonna be reminded of like what's persistently has been making you so unhappy, and but you haven't been honest with yourself. So this beautiful man is gonna help you to open up and be honest with yourself, and then something is gonna happen here, and you are gonna be affected, you know. And I can see you like maybe like a chilling out later, relaxing, whether you're gonna be meditating, whether you're gonna be lying down, but suddenly this hermit mode, you're gonna have this hermit mode at the same time, you know, where certain things are gonna come to the surface, you know. And when you have a hermit mode, again, you go really deep, and it's important because you work on a shadow work. You do a shadow work, but then, you know, you kind of understand things differently in a much deeper and much more wise way that you would normally would. And on top of that, you feel courage with things that you're uncertain about, but subconsciously you know that they're the right path and the path of the real direction here. So you are going to have this bit of a hermit mode where you're going to be relaxing, and then you're going to realize that, you know, that basically you need to be as quick as you possibly can with this realization. You need to be as quick as you possibly can. You need to put this as like a kind of like a priority number one, but then again at the same time it's just basically like it's about some kind of action that it's going to bring things back into in control when it comes to your life. But there is also going to be an important departure, an important traveling that you're going to need to make. When it comes to this important traveling, which is going to be connected to all this, I know that something is going to be terribly putting you off. But the more this traveling or this journey that you're going to need to make, which is going to be connected to this all, the more this is putting you off, the more a great outcome you're actually going to have out of it. Because there is some kind of triple journey that you're going to need to make when it comes to all this. And there is something that you are going to suddenly become aware of, that you need to learn, something that you're really going to connect to. And you're going to realize that you need to learn something, that you want to learn something. You have no idea what is this going to be. You are going to surprise yourself, For the first time in your life, you're going to feel connection to something you've never felt connected to before. And this, what you're going to learn, it's going to start changing every single aspect of your life. You will want to change your life immediately. You're not going to be able to recognize yourself, and I mean that in the best possible way. What are you going to realize? It's going to change your life forever, because it's all going to start with you coming across something, being inspired by something and wanting to learn this. Oh my God, this is going to become the prominent part of your life. This is going to become a prominent part of your life. Every single dream that you've had so far, seriously, it's going to be very little when it comes to this. The reason why you are having such a mind-blowing spiritual and karmic reward, my gorgeous Libra, is not only because you've been through lots of negative and dark things within the last 2 or 3 years. Things have been very, very difficult for you. You have been nothing but an amazing, fantastic, brilliant person who helped so many. Do you know what I mean? And you know, in the spiritual world, everything is like kind of there. Everything is there, and it means that on one hand, very bad karma has come to an end. Certain aspect, a certain stage of your life has come to an end, but this is going to become more intense and more important, because something that you are so passionate about, something that means to you so much, something that is like the major aspect of your life. It always has been. Don't get me wrong, it's slowly but surely going to come to an end. The moment in time you go on this little trip, little journey that you're going to become aware of at the end of this week, the moment in time you go to that trip, to that journey, that moment in time, things are going to start changing. By the time you get to your destination, there is something that you're going to see, something that you're going to become, something it's really going to inspire you so much. That particular thing, it's going to take over your life to the point where something which you've been so passionate about, you felt so passionate about whole your life, you're going to be less passionate about that, and this is about to take over. This is an impact on your life, my gorgeous Libra. I'm talking about this is actually going to create, indeed. And it doesn't matter whether you go on that trip or journey within this week. It doesn't matter whether you go on this trip or journey in 1 week. It doesn't matter whether you go on this trip or journey in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in 1 month's time. As long as you become aware of that trip or journey connected to all this situation right at around the end of the week. This is what I'm talking about for this particular specific energy being connected to that. So it doesn't matter when you go. It's more about the outcome and what an impact, major impact on your life this is going to have. And when I say trip or journey, it doesn't have to be necessarily from Paris to Thailand. Do you know what I mean? From Russia to, I don't know, Slovenia. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about like a big journey, my gorgeous Libra. It could be something like from the place where you are, like 10 minutes away. You know, but it is considered like it is going to be like some kind of triple journey indeed. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards and I'm going to see. It just came out. A big plan, baby. I don't even need to shuffle. When it comes to my gorgeous Liberina, look how gorgeous you are. I don't even have to shuffle. They just shuffle themselves by themselves. All for you, my gorgeous Libra. Now, it is like, look at this, 3 of Wands. Absolutely brilliant. So it's about an amazing progress. It's about an amazing plan. It's about the preparation. This is all about the progress in your life. This is all about an important plan. This week, it's going to be rejuvenating in so many different ways, my gorgeous Libra. Let me just say this, that from the beginning of this week, you are going to find yourself in this mode where you are going to surprise yourself, because you're going to be planning for your future so much. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Anything that comes to you that you feel so passionate about, anything that comes to you that you feel unique, anything that comes to you that you feel like kind of it's missing in your life this week, there's going to be a lot of that. It's all going to be like kind of contributing towards you slowly but surely, needing to understand that you have to you're going to find yourself planning for the future, but these plans that you're going to have, my God, you're coming back home to yourself on one hand, but on another hand, you are going to make one of the biggest steps of your entire life. Bigger steps where on one hand you're going to start changing everything, but then on another hand you're returning to something. I know it sounds crazy, but it's going to be absolutely brilliant. It's going to be how it has to be. Fantastic. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.